Key 1. Stoic. In a world where transparency is the norm and oversharing is just a click away, we often find ourselves revealing more than we realize. Social media has made it effortless to broadcast our thoughts and emotions in an instant, compelling us to participate in this culture of constant disclosure. But what if true power lies not in how much we share, but in how much we choose to withhold? Ancient Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca understood this truth centuries ago. Strength isn't in public validation, but in the quiet mastery of our own minds. Stoicism teaches that maintaining privacy isn't about secrecy. It's about protecting our integrity, autonomy, and inner peace. In a society that rewards oversharing, the ability to control what we disclose allows us to reclaim parts of ourselves that we too often give away. This perspective could revolutionize how you see transparency, helping you manage your privacy with purpose. At the heart of Stoicism lies a fundamental truth. Our happiness isn't shaped by external circumstances, but by how we respond to them. Our values, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance are the compass guiding us through life's challenges. They influence every choice we make, often without us even realizing it. Wisdom is the ability to see truth and act accordingly. Courage gives us the strength to stand firm in our convictions. Justice ensures fairness in our dealings with others. And temperance teaches us the discipline to resist excess and impulse. Understanding our personal values is a journey of self-discovery. It requires asking difficult questions. What truly matters to me? Am I living in alignment with my principles? This is not a one-time reflection, but an ongoing dialogue we must have with ourselves. In a world obsessed with material success and external validation, it's easy to lose sight of what truly fulfills us. Stoicism reminds us that true success is not measured by social recognition, but by how faithfully we live according to our values. This mindset frees us from the pressures of societal expectations, allowing us to focus on personal growth and resilience. Clarity about our values also strengthens our relationships. When we know what we stand for, we communicate with greater confidence and authenticity. We establish boundaries and engage with others in ways that foster mutual respect and understanding. Uncovering your core values is like trying to glimpse the ocean floor from the surface. It takes patience and introspection. But by reflecting on our defining life experiences, observing the role models we admire, and practicing daily self-examination, we begin to see what truly shapes us. Writing a personal mission statement can be a powerful tool in this journey. It serves as a blueprint, outlining the principles we choose to live by, helping us navigate life with clarity and intention. Daily reflection, such as journaling, further strengthens this process. Taking a few moments each day to analyze our decisions and whether they align with our values helps us live with greater purpose and consistency. Over time, patterns emerge, revealing the priorities that truly define us. By identifying and embracing our core values, we gain control over our lives in a way that external forces cannot shake. In a world that constantly demands our attention and disclosure, reclaiming our inner sanctum is an act of true power. Stoicism offers us the tools not just to survive, but to thrive, grounded in wisdom, fortified by discipline, and guided by an unshakable moral compass. Key 1. Stoic. In Stoic philosophy, there's a profound belief that the universe is governed by a divine rationality. This means that everything is interconnected by an intelligent order, and when we live in alignment with our own rational and virtuous nature, we naturally harmonize with the cosmos itself. Imagine that feeling of unease when you make a decision that doesn't sit quite right with your core beliefs. That discomfort is a subtle sign of being out of alignment with your true self, and while it might feel small in the moment, over time, these moments can accumulate, leading to greater inner distress. Living in misalignment is like rowing against a strong current. It's not only exhausting, but it also leaves you spinning your wheels, going nowhere fast. That's why the Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, stress the importance of performing each action as though it were our last, making sure that every decision reflects our highest principles. When we fail to align with our values, we compromise our integrity and authenticity, creating inner conflict that bleeds into our emotional and mental well-being. The peace we seek doesn't come from the outside world, it emerges from within. And this peace is deeply influenced by how authentically we live our lives. When we live true to our values, we attract people who resonate with those values. This fosters relationships rooted in mutual respect and understanding. On the other hand, living out of alignment can lead to relationships that are shallow, disconnected, or even contentious because they aren't based on who we truly are. Living in alignment also empowers us to make decisions with clarity and confidence. When you know what you stand for, decision-making becomes less about weighing pros and cons in isolation and more about asking, does this align with my core values? This clarity not only simplifies decisions, but also reduces stress, enabling you to act with greater certainty and trust in your choices. However, as anyone who's tried to live consistently by their principles knows, staying aligned with our values isn't always easy. The pressures of everyday life, the expectations of others, and even our own shifting circumstances can challenge us to stray from our path. This is where Stoicism provides a powerful framework. The Stoics taught that while external events may be beyond our control, our responses to them are not. Maintaining alignment with our values requires a disciplined, focused mind. One of the biggest challenges to staying aligned is the constant pull of societal pressures. We are often influenced by cultural norms or the expectations of people we respect. These forces can subtly erode our resolve, nudging us toward decisions that are easier or more socially acceptable, but ultimately misaligned with our true selves. This is why Stoicism places so much emphasis on controlling our internal judgments and reactions, rather than seeking external approval. Our emotions also pose a significant challenge. While emotions like anger, jealousy, and fear are natural and valid, they can cloud our judgment, leading us to act in ways that contradict our values. The Stoic practice of reflecting on our emotions, understanding their origins, and assessing their validity can help ensure that our actions remain in line with our deeper principles, even in moments of emotional turmoil. Then there's the temptation of short-term gratification. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to choose actions that offer quick rewards or relief, but these choices often take us further from our long-term goals. The Stoic principle of taking a broader view, considering not just the present but the future, helps us evaluate our decisions with greater care and ensures that they align with our long-term values and aspirations. As we grow and evolve, so too do our values. What felt true in our 20s might shift as we move into our 30s, 40s, and beyond. This isn't a flaw, but a reflection of our growth. But it does mean that we need to regularly reassess our values and realign our actions with them. This ongoing process of reflection and adaptation is at the heart of Stoic philosophy, which prizes wisdom, flexibility, and virtuous living above all else. In today's complex world, with its endless choices and distractions, it can be difficult to maintain a consistent focus on our core values. That's why Stoicism encourages simplifying life, cutting away the unnecessary, and focusing on what truly matters. By eliminating the mental clutter, we make it easier to stay aligned with our true selves, even in the face of external chaos. Despite the challenges, the effort to stay true to our values is incredibly rewarding. It strengthens our character, deepens our relationships, and leads to a life filled with meaning, purpose, and inner peace. When we live according to our values, We craft a life that's not only true to ourselves, but also truly worth living. Living in alignment with your core values isn't just about knowing them. It's about putting them into action, even when it's hard. It's like steering a ship through a storm. You need to know where you're heading, but also have the skill and resolve to adjust your sails as you go. Stoic philosophy provides both a guiding framework and practical strategies for ensuring that your daily actions reflect your deepest beliefs. One simple but powerful Stoic strategy is to start each day with a moment of reflection. Take a few minutes to meditate or just quietly contemplate your values and set intentions for the day. Think about the challenges you might face and how you can respond to them in ways that honor your principles. The Stoics practice something called premeditatio malorum, which involves anticipating potential challenges and planning how to handle them. Not out of pessimism, but as a way to prepare ourselves for life's unpredictability with strength and integrity. Establishing routines that reinforce your values is another key strategy. For example, if compassion is a core value, you might incorporate volunteering or small acts of kindness in your daily life. These routines help ground your values in reality and make them a living, breathing part of your day-to-day existence. They also provide structure, reducing decision fatigue, and allowing you to stay focused on living in alignment. Finally, cultivating a supportive environment is crucial. Surround yourself with people who respect or share your values, and limit exposure to toxic influences. The people we associate with have a profound impact on our behavior, often in ways we don't immediately recognize. The Stoics emphasize the importance of community and the value of selecting relationships that uplift and support our growth. Regular self-assessment is another practical Stoic tool. Periodically review your actions and decisions to ensure they align with your values. This could involve journaling, therapy, or deep conversations with trusted friends. Reflection is a powerful tool for ensuring that you stay true to your principles and continue living a life that's authentically yours. In the end, staying aligned with your core values is about living a life of purpose, clarity, and peace. It's about crafting a life that's worth living, not just surviving the chaos, but flourishing in it. By practicing Stoicism and staying true to what truly matters, you create a life that is both meaningful and resilient, a life that no external circumstance can shake. Key 1: the Stoic life often pushes us off course, whether through distractions, outside pressures, or unforeseen circumstances. It's completely natural to stray from our intended path. However, when we recognize that we veered away, it's important to pause and reflect. Understanding the reasons behind our detour is not only crucial for realigning ourselves with our values, but it also strengthens our commitment to the principles that truly matter. Think of it like a ship's captain who adjusts their course when the winds change. Life, too, requires us to recalibrate when we stray. The journey isn't linear, and just as we grow and evolve, our values might shift. New experiences may reveal facets of those values that we hadn't fully realized before. This adaptability is central to living a Stoic life, where wisdom isn't static but deepens and evolves over time. As we embrace this philosophy, our values transform from mere ideals into guiding forces that actively shape our decisions. Rather than just holding values as beliefs, we begin to let them influence every choice we make, enriching our lives and fostering authentic contentment. This ongoing process isn't just about staying aligned with our principles. It's about continuous improvement, as the Stoics envisioned, a dynamic path toward personal growth and wisdom. One of the most empowering skills you can cultivate is learning how to say no. This simple word can be surprisingly difficult, but its importance extends far beyond rejecting invitations. Saying no is about setting boundaries that protect your time, energy, and integrity. It's about having the self-discipline to live in accordance with your principles, even in the face of external pressures. Stoicism provides a powerful framework for mastering this. It teaches us that saying no isn't about rejecting others, but reaffirming our commitment to what truly matters. It's recognizing that we cannot control how others will react, but we can control our actions, and by saying no, we assert our autonomy and self-respect, ensuring our choices reflect our values. To say no confidently, clarity is key. Before you can set boundaries, you need to understand why you're setting them. Are you protecting your time to focus on personal goals, guarding your emotional well-being, or aligning your actions with your ethical standards? The clearer you are about your reasons, the more firmly you can stand by your decisions, even when others challenge your boundaries. Effective communication is another essential part of saying no with confidence. Avoid being vague or overly apologetic, as that can undermine your position and leave room for persuasion. Instead, be direct and honest. Instead of saying, "I'm not sure I can say," "I won't be able to," this conveys your decision as non-negotiable, backed by reasoning and respect for your values. Consistency is also vital. The more consistently you enforce your boundaries, the more others will respect them. This doesn't mean being rigid. It simply means being steady in how you say no. Stoicism emphasizes consistency in character and action. By being consistent, you reinforce your values and demonstrate their importance, making it clear that they are non-negotiable. However, be prepared for some resistance. Not everyone will appreciate your newfound boundaries. Some may feel rejected or disappointed. But Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control how others feel, and we should not let their reactions dictate our choices. What matters is remaining firm in our principles, showing compassion where necessary, but never compromising our values to please others. True resilience, according to Stoicism, isn't about bouncing back like a rubber band. It's about drawing strength from our core beliefs and using that strength to thrive, no matter what challenges arise. Our values, when deeply rooted, become the foundation of our resilience. Imagine facing a personal or professional setback. In those moments, your values can either anchor you or expose your vulnerabilities. Stoic philosophers like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius taught that resilience comes from maintaining one's character and composure during tough times. By staying anchored in values like integrity, courage, and persistence, you find the strength to remain steadfast, even in the storm. Building resilience through Stoicism requires practice. It's not something that happens overnight. One technique is daily reflection, reviewing your day and assessing whether your response is aligned with your values. This practice solidifies your principles, making them more accessible when challenges arise. Another Stoic practice to build resilience is voluntary discomfort. By intentionally exposing yourself to uncomfortable situations, like cold showers or fasting, you build mental toughness. This develops a mindset that says, "I can handle this," which equips you to face greater challenges with grace. Sharing your journey also strengthens resilience. Vocalizing your values and explaining why they matter helps reinforce them within yourself and invite support from others. A network built on shared values provides accountability and emotional support, fortifying your resolve. Building resilience through values means accepting that mistakes will happen. Stoicism teaches that we don't need to be perfect in our adherence to values. Instead, each misstep is an opportunity to learn. Every time you return to your values after faltering, you strengthen your commitment and your resilience. In conclusion, remember, resilience isn't just about surviving the storm. It's about learning to dance in the rain, guided by the compass of your deepest beliefs. By living true to your values, you not only navigate life's challenges but thrive through them, growing stronger with each step.